they're a very good T side on this map for sure. In general, this map has swayed kind of T-sided lately, I feel like. It's
Yeah,
because of
that
that drop-down
piece.
zone. It's so hard to counter that as CTs.
Yeah, and you can just get out. I mean,
Get out
people play
along.
like two drop and then one in sight and the long B. You get cover all the way until you're at the back of the site. So I don't know. I personally don't like how it's laid out currently, but
Yeah, it's
uh,
so easy to hit B as terrorists right now. Between the drop-down zone and long B being able to flash over, and like you said, they just get so much cover as you try to come out.
yeah, and there's no
This
cover. There's no good cover as a CT in the back of the site, so it's rough.
Right, as we do have VB pretty spread out right now. The bomb's actually trying to take a peek over here at mid towards long A, but let's see
Oh,
over there.
Mihu looking under a smoke. That's interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. That's actually smoke VP through. I guess it just didn't bounce in his favor, and so Michu able to get 2 frags there with the USP. So very, very good job there. 3 versus 2 now in favor of the CT side, but we do see VP's Neo and Pasha actually now splitting up the A. One came up mid, Pasha came up long, and now he is going to get inside the site. And actually no, the bomb is still stuck towards mid. Pasha it's just kind of checking this rotation point here. Neo trying to cross the doors, lines up 2 CTs, finds 1 headshot, continues to battle Innocent, and drops the bomb in the process, but that's okay. Pasha will collect it, and he will bring it back inside the A bomb site here. Innocent rotate up the stairs, trying to make a peek here onto the site with the USP, trying to stop Pasha from getting to the site, but he cannot do so. And so that bomb is going to get planted here momentarily by Pasha, I assume. No, it is not. Pasha decides not to plant. Oh, what a clutch play here from Pasha. CT has no idea what's going on. Pasha runs, act like he's going B. Innocent doesn't bite on this, though, and now Pasha's kind of getting killed by the clock. He's got to, make a decision here and plant the bomb.
I wonder if he actually saw him cross back, if he was in vision at the time.
I don't know. This is weird. I'm surprised Innocent's like really lost in this situation. I guess, yeah, like you said, he didn't spot the crossback.
So he's gonna have to go into 1v1 here. Pasha is fairly low. I mean, he's within 2 shots of dying, so I think this is anyone's game, except for the fact that he doesn't know where Pasha is, and that's gonna be a huge problem for him. Also,
Well, the
been
way
given
the
a lot
bomb's
of time.
Yeah, the way the bomb was planted wasn't as if he would be there. I mean, with the way that bomb's planted, you would think he's maybe like Long B or something like that.
Yeah, and he was given so much time to actually put the bomb down that he could have been anywhere. So that was rough. Yeah, Neo crossing through that connector, like killed one of the 2 in the crossfire, and took him a while to take him down. But that was a very, very close pistol round. Unfortunately for Mihu, who ended up getting 3 kills to start it off, EP still brought it back.
Also, I'm going to be a noob here. Is it S0? Is that how you say that? I've
Sparrow?
never... Sparrow.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Always confused on how to pronounce that one here, as we are going to see VP once again trying to establish something here over at the Long B. Snax will get the opening pick there on the Innocent, as Pasha will now swing around here with the USP from Long B, looking for some shots. There's a big stack here, actually, from Gamers2, and that could come into play here, but it seems like VP's having no trouble clearing it out. They will get on the site, and in fact, no bomb plant needed. They will get all the kills here and only drop 1 player in the process, so pretty powerful around there from VP.
Yeah, solid. They get to hang on to their guns one more time. They know Gamer2 are going to be saving once again, actually, investing money into that last round. So we'll be very content to not have to rebuy AKs and risk losing them. I think Neo actually just rebuying a MAC-10, because why not? If you get a couple kills, pretty much pays for itself, and then you can upgrade no problem. Very cheap gun. Good option, I think, for a second round.
Yeah, isn't it like 1050 or something like that?
Yeah, it's my choice.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy purchase for T-side second rounds. Now that the SMG meta has pretty much swayed it to where, they're definitely highly useful and sought after nowadays in second rounds rather than going straight to rifles all the time. As VP once again pouring out here on the B bomb site. Innocence with the USP, able to get the headshot there on the Taz, but then Neo, working that MAC-10 right there, able to take down Michu and Innocent, and the bomb should get planted here momentarily by Bialy as he'll smoke up the doors and enforce a really difficult retake here for Gamers2 in this 3 versus 4. And in fact, Snax not even going to wait for it. He's just going to run through the smoke, and that's trademark Snax right there.
Yeah.
Trademark stuff. This, usually he adds onto the rush with a little underhand toss of a flash over the top of it, but not that time.
Yeah, you threw a really, really cool flash from drop. Pretty subtle, but yeah, ended up pushing through. Oh, Biala gets dinked. Doesn't get dropped. Only had $1,700 plus armor and a couple of flashes. Would have been nice to kill him, but at the end of the day, it's going to be a buy round for Gamers2. That kill, not getting that kill, won't phase them at all. And Mihu is going to have a Molotov. I think I wonder if they will favor playing 2 drop. If VP are going to be favoring taking control of drop, we've seen them do it a couple times. Obviously not versus a buy though. So Neo
Drop
actually,
is just so hard to defend. No matter what you do, it's just so easy for Terrace just to drop down and catch you. Or make these little pixel peaks like Neo's doing where you can just get information and get picks. And the thing is, like, you see with flashes like that, it's really even hard to play long B, but it seems like G2's trying to put 2 long B. We see Snax setting up for some bank flashes and fire and stuff like that through the drop-down zone, just, basically clearing that out. They know once these fire dissipate, no one is there. They're keeping their eye on it, and they'll be able to drop down safely. And so here you do see the drop-down Innocent getting flashed, able to kind of pull back, trying to see if he can't hold off this push here through the drop down. It's going to be Mazino and Michu inside the site. We'll get the first 2 kills. So finally, a good hold here out of G2, as in fact they're getting all the frags this time around.
Yeah,
Really
I don't know
good
if I don't know if I feel the same way about drop. Maybe you just had some traumatic experiences there. But yeah, apart from having to deal with all the nades that you can just lob into it, it can be hard to make them effective. And sometimes you can just come in late and have a good time defending it. I mean, people get stuck in drop. Again, they watch the choke points instead of actually playing it. That ended up working out better. But
I think it's just hard as a CT to play inside the drop down room because it's hard to get out. Like, getting through that little small window to try to get out if things go poorly for you if you're trying to hold drop from like inside the drop down room. But if you play outside of it, like they were able to do, focus 2 on long B, kind of have 1 watching the drop down like connector into the B site from site, it gets a little bit easier that way, I suppose.
See, they're having Taz play this like Olaf position. Oh, he's actually getting punished by Mihu, who shuts that part of the site down. If they see that multiple times, I think in this half they'll know that he is the anchor on the round, and they maybe could cheat a player over towards A, which they seem to be doing right now. And it's going to be that fast rotate, and it's going to come down to defense here. But Sparrow goes down, gets caught at A, so evened out, 1 for 1.
Yep, good entry there as Posh trying to see if they can't redirect the attack over by A after initially getting shut down there with Taz getting taken out over on the long B. As the bomb actually now working its way back through connector to B, so maybe once again it's kind of a double fake situation here from Virtus.pro.
I think
there's like a dude being, I don't know if you guys can hear that, if that is a problem. There's like yard work going on outside my apartment or something. Is that really loud?
I couldn't hear it until you mentioned it. Now I can't unhear it.
Now you can't unhear it. It cannot be unheard.
Oh, Neo actually finds a kill on Mazino, so it's gonna be Innocent, the only man here. He has a lot of HP. He's gonna watch this cross, but players are watching as well. And Neo just too wise. Makes sure to clear his angle, and finishes him off easily. So this is a game. This is a round of good entries. No real smokes or flashes necessary to do the damage they needed to. And if Mihu's able to hold on to his M4 here, that's a really, really important save.
Sorry, I was just checking to make sure that it didn't like bleed through too bad. I didn't want to like ruin everyone's experience out there, so I kind of missed what was going on. Just trying to check my audio levels and make sure that.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay, cool, awesome. For me, it's like really loud, so I didn't want everyone to be getting like an earthquake through their headphones. But if we're all good, we're all good. As we talk about what happened that round, like I said, I kind of missed it because I was making sure all my audio levels were okay.
Yeah, so Neo just was able to get 2 entries when they rotated back to B, and that was because someone peeked the woodshed at the back of the site. And it just came down to good shooting. I mean, he cleared his angles properly. There weren't really any smokes or flashes that went out. And those are rounds that Gamers2 can't afford to lose, but ended up doing. Mihu going to go up against, I think, Tass here once again, who's... Fnatic do this. They send Olafmeister here to work this site by himself and work around the box. And Mihu just looks under smoke once again, just like the pistol.
Yeah, that's getting rather unfortunate how he's been able to peek under VP's own smoke that way, and just really kind of exploit what VP's trying to use as a tool to work their way in. As Malzino there getting the pick onto Bialy as the bomb is trying to make its way over here into the A bomb site right now. As Neo will collect Mazino finally inside the site, so he's going to get a 2 versus 2, and this bomb is going to go down in the A bomb site now. So we do have a rather big flank actually kind of coming out of Innocent. And so he might be able to catch someone off guard here with this flank through long A. They may not be expecting it whatsoever.
Yeah.
And yeah, there it is. Neo getting surprised, and now Snax gets caught in an awkward position, kind of getting pinched from both angles, and he'll go down. And so Gamers2 will put another round on the board here on the CT side of Cobble.
Yeah, solid retake. I thought with I think it was Malzino going down on the site after getting one, that was pretty unfortunate and going to be the reason that they actually weren't going to be able to come away with the round, but still managed to do so. Obviously, back on a good 2v2 by Gamers2, who really did want to keep those two players alive. I mean, I think that is the difference right now between everybody having the guns they want, along with the nades. Yeah, so they're spending all their money here. So if they didn't keep two alive, we might have seen one with like a 5-7 or something like that. Should have been pretty unfortunate.
Rightio, as VP still able to get, a little bit of firepower here. 3 AKs, a Galil, and a Tech 9, so not a complete buy. As Innocent. So they're trying to boost their way up the drop down themselves, but not gonna be able to do that here. It looks like VP once again trying to see if they can't spill out of long B. This time no smoke that Michu and company can peek under, and they actually do a nice flash on the Innocent, and they will now start pouring into the site here. Mizzino trying to fight over here from the rock and see if he can't get something going, and now meanwhile Neo will try to go to the drop down zone and cut off these players rotating through the window, and he'll be able to get one. Takes a lot of damage though, but still a 4 versus 2 in favor of VP with the bomb down.
Yeah, Neo gets all these really good timing. Always gets these frags that are so important at really opportune moments. And yeah, G2 back on a save. Two players who were doing a good job at A, but at B, their defenses are a little bit weaker though. Snax threw an excellent pop flash, and that was the reason they were able to get one for free.
Yeah, Snax is just kind of like the flash magician.
Does it all. Does it all really. Ops. Rifles, clutches, entries.
Yeah, he is really such a versatile player for VP. Even calls sometimes for that team as an in-game leader. So.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because he's kind of like the Flesha of the team in the sense that he's kind of the main clutch player, and Flesha is actually calling for Fnatic, I think.
Yeah, that was recently announced just a couple of days ago that Pronax was going to be taking a step back.
Yeah, you think a lurker would be always in a pretty good position to call, like as being alive for typically the longest part of the round, not having to focus on entry frags or very
it's one of those things where I've kind of heard it both ways. This is kind of a safe round here for Gamers2, so maybe we can kind of talk about this idea of in-game leader swapping and things like that just for a second. Although, never mind, Michu and Mizzino getting the opening frags here now. VP all of a sudden stuck in a tough 2 versus 4. Guns have been collected here, and AK onto Michu. Of course, the 2 M4s that they did have are still up in play from Anise and Innocent, but Taz begins to clear it out here with the AK, kind of salvaging around that Gamers2 was about to steal away from G2, as now Neo finds himself in a 1 versus 1 here at the very end, and he will find it, and so that was a little bit dangerous actually for VP, even though Gamers2 didn't have quite the loadout you would want to have, still able to pose a real serious threat there. Yeah,
I mean, it was more than dangerous. They definitely should have lost that, and Virtus.pro on the back of Taz and Neo won a 2v4, getting 2 kills apiece, so that was really good. Neo is just so aware of where the next kill will be. Very smart player, obviously, a legend. Not quite as good at this game as he was at 1.6, but still, on a top team, and probably a lot better than he was when they originally started. I think he severely underperformed originally and just brought experience to the team, whereas now he's just pretty much as impactful as anyone else.
Yeah, I can tend to agree there. It seems like he's kind of definitely gotten in better form as of late, as of this year, and even towards the end of 2014. Form definitely kind of improved. But we are seeing Gamers2 able to close out that round there, so not allowing that one round from VP that hurt them too much. They're definitely still sticking in this game, and like I said, on a map that has definitely kind of swayed more towards the T side, I feel like, ever since the latest patch to this map, they are, sticking in it here from the CT side.
Yeah, so they will go up against another buy here. Gamers2, I think, are already getting to the point where they're going to be worried about the fact that they don't have enough rounds on the CT side, or won't, and Virtus.pro are off to a good start, obviously on the back of a pistol, which did come down to a 1v1, so a lot of these rounds I think really close, and
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
very close rounds.
I think it could have gone either way, but this time the smoke I think comes out from me, who is this time going to look over the top of it. That's pretty interesting. If Taz could see him though, that could be very unfortunate. Pretty good nade though.
Yeah, they've been definitely trying to do some cool play with these smokes over here at Long B, peeking over it, peeking under it, just trying to see if they can get the edge there. It's Innocent will be able to take down Snax in the drop down room, but Neo will be able to trade, and so now it'll be up to Mazzino inside the site to see if he can't hold off this push here from VP as they're trying to split from drop down and upper, but so far getting completely shut down, not able to find any headway into the site whatsoever. But now finally Neo opening up things with the pick there on the Michu, but still G2 staying quite ahead in the round, and eventually Mazzino will finish off the round with the hat trick. And so Gamers2, you know, like I said, winning the last 2 rounds in a row. They've won the last 3 of 5, and they're definitely sticking in this game.
Yeah, for sure, and they're probably going to have another free round here, depending on what Virtus.pro want to do. I mean, the classic thing I think would be to spend a little bit of money and try to hit B, but this time there's actually only a couple Glocks on the board. I think truly worried about where their economy stands at this point, and see Gamers2 as a threat. So we'll probably try to work something else if it is the case that they want to favor B more than any other site throughout the rest of the half. You don't want to waste one of those rounds on an eco.
Yeah, and VP on the save here for sure. Trying to see if they can do something crafty. Tried to slip in, past the Molly on drop down, but got caught and pretty much getting cleared out across the map right now from Gamers2 as they're kind of on the verge of having a flawless victory here. As Innocent will swap with his low health player to cover the long game. He will get the bomb down and then close it out with the hat trick of his own there. So 5-6 score. Still in favor of VP, but Gamers2 definitely in the past, 6 or 7 rounds have really, brought this game back into a very close situation rather than allowing VP to extend to a big lead.
Yeah, certainly. If they are able to win this round as well, they'll probably, well, depending on if Virtus.pro are able to plant the bomb, which is probably the most important part of the round here. If they lose, we'll get them to have to save once more, and maybe we'll have an opportunity for a double. But this time it's going to be Manise and Sparrow. The pressure is going to be put on them once again, and we've seen them trade 1-for-1. This time Manise is able to get a kill, but peeking a little bit aggressively here, almost gets his head taken off but spotting 3 players down in the dungeon.
Yeah, so basically just being able to get the kill and evade and get away and get that early 5 versus 4. So definitely good stuff here out of Gamers2. Like I said, they're on the verge of tying this thing back up. Innocent does eat a little bit of damage there, but able to fall back once again, not taking too much pressure. As we do see Virtus.pro trying to shift that bomb back towards the long B, where they will be meeting up once again with Michu and Mazzino, who have done quite a good job here lately defending against this B bomb site. Once again, a smoke is going to go up. This is going to slow down Virtus.pro yet again, as they once again begin to kind of backtrack here, and then maybe we'll see them try to attack drop down more heavy, or we could see them even maybe just stall out and wait for a long B execution a little bit later in the round. Seems like they're going to try to split it up. Yeah,
only 30 seconds left, so they're going to have to execute soon. Mihu getting a first and a second pick already, so really doing a great job at long B there, and going to be one person left in the site but gets taken down instantly, and they've got to be careful. Innocent going up against Snax does spray 2 people down.
Yeah, Michu has just been stellar over here on the B bomb side. I mean, he is their top fragger right now with 14 and 8 on the scoreboard, and like I said, he's just been so good at defending that long B. Whether it be just doing kind of crafty things, kind of genius things like that, and just also peeking under smokes, peeking over smokes, and just doing what he can to be a nuisance and not allow Virtus.pro to have that long B control, which is really the main route when we've seen this map be so T-sided in different tournaments. It's really been because teams have been able to exploit that long B so much, but Michu has done such a phenomenal job holding that off, and it's really been one of the biggest points of success for G2 is that play here, as VP kind of on a broken right now, trying to charge their way into the A through mid, but Sphero not going to have anything to do with that.
Yeah, and it's like it's Mihu. We learned
Mihu.
Mihu.
Okay.
Spelled Michu, pronounced Mihu.
Alrighty. It just sucks because I know these players, I watch them play. I was watching them play, especially because they had to go up against CLG in the Katowice qualifiers on Cash, and I remember watching that pretty vividly. And like I said, watching them in Copenhagen games and stuff like that, but just not remembering those pronunciations.
Right.
Which you don't do unless you cast them a lot, and I haven't casted Gamers2 ever until today.
Yeah. Oh, trust me, I've learned so many pronunciations casting all these EU matches.
And then you think you know something and you find out that you're wrong. Like, for example, how many people have been calling Zipnix over the...
Oh, yeah. What was the real pronunciation? I missed the video.
Zipix.
Oh, I thought it was
No,
Zipnix.
Nix. It's just EX instead of, there's no N sound there at the end of the name, so... Learn something new every day. Just like people say that everyone calls Freiburg, but I've heard his own teammates call him Freeburg. Like with an E sound instead of an I sound. I don't know.
Well, there we go.
The more you know.
The more you know. Rainbow appears. Neo does open up this side of the map, and if... Oh, Malzino actually goes down too, so now they've got control. They can split here. The bomb is working its way back to A, so they're going to try to take connector control, and that's going to mean the rotates are going to be a little bit frantic. Don't want to get caught off guard. Innocent is going to actually be counter boosting to make sure that it isn't going to be view pressure, and Manice is going to be the first man to see action over in the A site. And Wolfspot1 does take him down, but Taz trades him out instantly, and that's going to allow Virtus.pro to get the bomb down.
I have to say that Gamers2 recovered quite well from a situation where VP got in like a really good spot, pretty much got, into that connector zone between B and A. And that can be so hard to deal with if you're Gamers2. You're kind of unsure of yourselves, but they've at least played it back into a 2v2, but the bomb is down for Virtus.pro, and Snax cuts off that first rotation. So it's going to be all up to Michu here. And he does get the first kill there onto Snax, but still in a 1 versus 1 against Taz. And Taz is being very, very good about, avoiding him and really just playing this clock here. As the bomb will be tapped. Taz just playing the clock so well. And it looks like we are going to have a tied game here at 7-7.
Yeah, that was very close. Rather. Again, Neo getting really important kills. Just really, really important kill. Actually already has 17 kills in the round. So 2 kills with that Tech 9 in that round was definitely it for Gamers2. As he got down the drop and with no trade in sight, managed to open up that side of the map, which allowed him to split the bomb to go A and go up against one player who had to defend and got traded out. So good trades from Virtus.pro.
Yeah, you see Manice getting aggressive here with the op this time at mid, something we haven't really seen before out of Gamers2, and so kind of catching VP off guard a little bit here in the last round of the first half. So he will get that pick, and he's able to fall back and not get traded or challenged at all. So really good work here as Innocent is going to get kind of boosted up here on the grate of that drop-down zone. Meanwhile, Sphero getting aggressive here at Danger, and he will find the kill on the Pasha over there once again at that stairs mid connector. So G2 doing a great job kind of defending this mid, dungeon type area.
Yeah, and continue to play the man advantage, which is really good. Some of the early rounds, we saw a little bit of overextending when they had a 5-4 situation, which you can't take a team like VP lightly and try to go for that extra kill. Instead, just maintain the map control you have and make it harder for VP to gain any of their own. But there we go, a kill from Neo opens up the B side of the map, and we've got Gamers2 scrambling to make sure that they have control of B in case of a rush.
Yep, some good nades here. Molly being put in the way, and so VP pretty much has to run through that to get into long B right now, and they will, do that with no fear, essentially. Taking a little bit of damage, not too much. They're able to kind of, curve their way around it as they are starting to spill into this B bomb side from long right now. Taz will catch Michu trying to play a little bit sneaky there inside the corner. You see the Opera Manice trying to catch them crossing to the site, but can't do so, and so Viali will get the plant here, and Taz holding off the rotation quite well, gets both kills at the doors, and now it just leaves Mazzino, who's going to be rotating here from that drop-down zone, trying to work his way into the site through the smoke. He will get one, but Neo right back at him for an 8-7 half here in favor of VP. But I have to say that the way the meta of this map has been, you can't really even be that comfortable with 8 rounds. I feel like most teams have been getting double-digit rounds or so on T side of this map, so yeah. I think Gamers2 still did okay.
Yeah, they did okay. I think they made some mistakes. I feel like they could have had a much better half overall, but credit to Virtus.pro for exploiting their weaknesses. But like in that round, for example, we had Mihu crouched like right under where all the T's would jump out of that long B tunnel, and no one at the back of the site to take attention away from him. So as soon as Taz dropped down, the first thing he checked was right under him and caught him off guard. Some simple trades like that, and also Neo able to get 2 with a Tech 9 on that split through connector on a save round, or force buy was another round. There are multiple situations, and 1 2v2 did go the way of Gamers2, so there is something to say about their play and their not just their individual play, but their team play. But at the same time, I feel like Gamers2 left a couple of loose ends there that they're going to be mad at themselves about, and I wonder if that'll carry forward into the second half.
Yeah, I mean, this game is definitely shaped up to be a pretty close map thus far, and like I said, on a map where it seems to have maybe one of the biggest opportunities for terrorists to get rounds. I mean, it's still slightly CT favored, but that's like any map almost seems to have at least like low 50% to mid 50% range for CTs to win. But this is one of those maps where the T side percentage to win is like in the mid 40s, which is pretty high in comparison to most maps. Like Cash is another example where there's a lot of play for T-side, like, you know, in like the low 40% range.
Oh, and going to jump right through that smoke, but can punish for Pasha and Bialy locking down the site right now. But Mihu evens it up. Taz gets one for himself, and that leaves a 2v4 situation for Gamers2, who are now in a 1v4. Bialy, the only man low on Virtus.pro, and the flank comes out from Neo. Takes him down. They're strong on the pistol rounds, man.
Yeah, and it's both pistols now going to Virtus.pro, actually. Of course, the first one came down to a really close 1-versus-1 in the first half. That one a lot more dominant for VP on the CT side. As that maybe will give them that, you know, quick 11-7 jump. I mean, Gamers2 will go ahead and invest. They didn't get a bomb plant that round, so they'll definitely go ahead and just try to get that investment on pistol armor and see if they can't try to take this round away. VP, of course, getting those SMGs on 4 of their players. Only Neo with the M4. They do get blinded really well in this dungeon area, and Sphero doing great work with the 250 off of that flash. Innocent follows up with a Tech 9 kill of his own, and so G2, you know, knocking on the door here, trying to see if they can't steal away that 3-0 start for VP. As Bialy rotating in, he will find one kill on Sphero, but still, you know, G2 looking pretty strong on this push as Innocent will get into the site, but oh, that nade gets the bomb down, so no plant, and that could be the difference in this round, actually.
Certainly, yeah. Muniz has an okay spot right here. I mean, he has a smoke down in the connector. Oh, one person spotted. Pasha's gonna look for him. Oh, wow, gets dinged.
Yeah, that was close. Muniz almost got that kill and got a 1-versus-1 on that flank. Yeah. So that was pretty close. But Virtus.pro holds it off and pretty much ensures that Gamers2 won't really invest much in this round. So they should be kind of coasting to 11-7 at this point.
Yeah, again, another very, very close situation. But Gamers2 coming out on the worst side of things. Actually opening the round with like 2 entries, 2 for 1 maybe, or maybe 2 for 0, and then Virtus.pro just winning 3v5. See, if they got those 2 entries at B, they almost certainly would have won the round. Since they opted to go A because it might have been too predictable, it's really hard to take that site because it's just so big that when you come out with pistols out of that ramp, you just got so many places to watch and from such long distances that it can be hard to get those last few kills.
Yeah, and actually, we did see Gamers2 just kind of force up a bit here. They got a Galil, a couple of Galils, and AK. So, I mean, they bought down pretty low, I guess, just trying to counter the fact that VP is kind of holding on to some SMGs and seeing if they can't, you know, work an advantage there. Oh, through the edge of the smoke here, Pasha is able to get the kill on the Innocent, though, also off the back of a nice pop flash from his teammate there, Bialy, and a good fire that actually covers the bomb for right now and forces G2 to kind of sit back for a second. This just buys a bit more time for a player like Snax, who has actually been able to kind of rotate into the area here to be able to help defend with Bialy, as well as Taz, I believe that is already in the site.
Look at how Snax is watching drop. He was like pressed all the way up against the wall. But yeah, now they have to go up against 3 players in the site too. I actually have
they caught Bialy though.
And Snax working around the smoke will most likely get caught off guard.
No one's gonna catch this hut, right? I mean, Taz should be able to sneak out. Oh, he got caught though. He only got 1 kill on the Mihu there, and then went down. So opportunity kind of wasted.
Yeah, if they got those 2 kills early, they might not have expected someone to be there. But that's also a really good after plan spot. So yeah, as we see Neo trying to made someone out of it, but won't find any success. Only has 10 HP here on the round. I mean, he's really close to the bomb, and so that can be tempting to go for it, but in terms of chances to win, very low. Amoeba-like. Amoeba.
an amoeba chance there, the microscopic chance. As yeah, so Gamers2, it pays dividends there for them to get that early buy-in. You know, getting that 1 AK, those couple of Galils, countering those SMGs that VP was still holding on to, and it winds up, you know, being really, really beneficial. And you kind of have to say that it's not even that crazy of a risk. You're still going to be able to, you just kind of swap when you save, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. So
G2 just pouring in the mid right now. They're so fast on these A attacks. Of course, they know that VP's on a save and that they'd likely stack B, so that's kind of displaying that as well.
Oh, Sphero too wise, watching that flank, coming back for it too, to let Neo know that he had passed.
Rightio here as G2 just having really no trouble clearing out VP at this point. I mean, VP didn't really have anything to work with this round, just a few upgraded pistols, and so it's pretty much easy pickings here for G2 as they will go ahead and close the gap on the scoreboard right away, making it 9-10. And I mean, this game has been real close all the way throughout. Expect like probably ever since like round 9 or 10 of the game. It's just been, of course, a big winning streak came out of G2 on the CT side. Winning like 5 of the last 7 in the first half to kind of close the gap there, and they've just been able to remain in close contention throughout this map.
Yeah, definitely look like contenders in this match. And I think, I think they'd be pretty far ahead if not for the few mistakes that I feel like they know they've made. That's not to say that they didn't have any plays that were really great or that Virtus.pro didn't make mistakes themselves, but overall, I think are playing a really good game right now. Now, Virtus.pro are going to be buying a little bit here to even out the money, and will be opting to force up next round, but that's going to mean that Gamers2 have an opportune chance to equalize, but will likely have to go up against some sort of stack.
Yeah, a Nova out here for Neo. That's pretty much it. Is they did get Snax boosted up into the drop down zone, which might not be something that G2 expects, but they're not even heading that direction. Innocent is kind of watching for bushes from that area, and he will actually pick up on Snax there. And the bomb is really just shifting its way into the A bomb site, and once again, Gamers2 not really meeting much resistance as they come in to the site here.
Yeah, PL are going to look to spot, but at this point, they're just going to look to do some damage. Winning this round would be a pretty big upset. Manice, yeah, leaving Pasha once again in a 1v5 situation. And that's 2 rounds in a row where they've kept 5 players alive, correct? Yeah, so that's a huge bonus for their economy. I mean, that's a huge jumpstart. You win 2 rounds and you keep two players alive one round, 3 players alive the next. I mean, that's equivalent to one of the last 2 rounds that they have won. And so across the board, we see really great economy, and everyone having the guns that they want. So going into future rounds, Virtus.pro are going to have to win in 2 to 3 just to put them on a save.
Yeah, it's looking really good here actually for Gamers2. If they can keep up their T side, which is something we've seen a lot of teams be able to do recently, they definitely have a good chance to pull ahead. And we were talking about how the way the maps were selected, that this actually was a decent veto stage for Gamers2, kind of the underdog coming into this, to have a shot at VP here. As they do catch a lot of damage onto Neo, who was playing this long A area before the smoke got deployed. Was Sfera, who was able to kind of spot him walking away towards danger stairs and get a good amount of damage there, taking him down to 19 HP. And other than that, though, we haven't really seen a whole lot. Gamers2 has kind of strayed away from those B attacks. They've really been focused down on A the last 3 or 4 rounds. It seems to be kind of their forte, so to speak.
They might be worried because Virtus.pro are playing 3B typically, but I think have a good read on this round. Taz actually worried about the fact that drop is wide open right now. Kind of a loose end to leave open, but Snax getting the first kill on the round. But 2 of their players, Neo and Snax, playing a crossfire here, both have 10 HP. It's not a good situation to be at. So A is still the great site to take.
Snax and Neo are so vulnerable right now up here in close to mid, trying to play that crossfire. Now they're planning to play like a staggered stack on the right-hand side, like a little bit of a height variance, and they will get the kill on the Innocent there, but meanwhile, Sphero coming in through long A, able to get the pick onto Taz, and so they will start pressing into this A bomb site here. Bialy, nice fire and spray control there, getting 2 really good kills on the Sphero Mazino. It's going to force Mihu by himself in a 1v4, and Neo will clear that out. So really good rotation there from Bialy, especially. They kind of shut down that long A attack.
Neo has a great mind for the game. He just always knows where that last guy is. But yeah, that was a good rotate over towards A from Bialy, obviously. And that stack towards mid was really risky and ended up paying off in dividends because they didn't take any damage. They both had 10 HP. I mean, that'll be the easiest totem pole that you'll ever have to take down in the game, and ended up surviving. Both men alive. Mihu throwing a smoke into B. I wonder what this means. Mazino opens up the drop, and I wonder if they'll want to act on this. They'll have to go up against 3 players, though.
Yeah, it's one of those things where that's the second time or so that VP has tried to stack that, and they have gotten caught. Of course, one time it was a save round, and Innocent just caught him trying to press through. So a little bit different situation, but that was a big shot there from Mazino. Just basically a pixel shot on the head of Snax, and they've just done really well at countering. VP trying to be aggressive on that drop-down zone. They have not allowed that to have any impact.
Yeah. Still working over towards B, and Virtus.pro very confident in the fact that it's most likely going to be here. Have 3 players to defend it, but the traits come out. Taz does burn one alive, and they might not be aware that 2 players are ready and waiting. But I think the more vulnerable one is Pastro. He has to watch 2 angles right now and gets killed.
But Mihu died somehow. I don't know if he died in his own fire or died dropping or something like that, but Taz has been able to collect a couple of kills, and now it's a 2 versus 1 for VP. The tides have turned so quickly in this round, as it looked like Gamers2 was actually getting some really nice picks, but now it's all up to Sphero in a 1 versus 2 getting pinched from Long, but he does flick around towards Long, fighting Neo, and Taz, though, just kind of angles out a little bit better, able to catch Sphero shooting at his teammates and basically getting the free kill in the side of the head there. So Virtus.pro, once the heat kind of came in and Gamers2 tied the game back up, they've now pulled ahead the last 2 rounds and continued to hold on to the lead, or at least not, give up a lead to Gamers2.
I mean, such close rounds. We saw really good entries from Gamers2 on the players who were in less vulnerable spots even, and then still couldn't close out because Virtus.pro were stacking the right side. So credit to Virtus.pro for having the right reads here, confident in staying, 4B if they need to, and winning that round 4v5. So
yeah, that was crazy stuff.
Game,
yeah. I really thought Gamers2 had a good chance to close out that round based on how kind of the openings went, but
yeah, maybe if Taz didn't burn himself alive.
Yeah, that's one thing, and then Taz just got a quick 2 kills after that as well. That kind of shut down the attack on B. As we are seeing another kind of boost here from VP. I've never seen this boost before, actually. The way that Snax has his teammate boosted there.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly falls off of it though, but I guess that's like another way you can kind of boost peak that. Because this is a bit different, Gamers2 always elected to not play a person inside the drop-down room, just kind of play from sight and watch it that way. But we are seeing VP actively try to either be aggressive and counter boost drop, or at least put someone in the room. But Taz got cleared out very, very early, and now Mihu able to get the pick on the Bialy as well. So the site is beginning to fall apart here for VP. Snax trying his best to at least keep his team in a winnable position. As he will come around the window and drop down, he does find Manish, so now we have a 2 versus 2 retake coming in.
Yeah, this time after plant situation for G2. Oh, and one of their players gets caught. Neo playing very patiently, catches one at long B, and will he flick to Snax? No, Snax walking around that smoke.
Man, Mazzino kind of put himself in a really awkward and exposed position to hold that 1 versus 2.
Yeah, I mean, he only knew where Neo was and was really worried about having to deal with that walkout. I would have probably waited for Neo to walk out, but I mean, that's why I'm not on Gamers2.
I feel like Gamers2's post-plant positions are just like too spread out. They're never in an ability to trade. Like, Manish there, he's basically in a one-and-done spot at the drop-down room. Yeah, he's in a great position to maybe surprise somebody on the rotation, in which case he could look like a genius if it works. But on the flip side, when it doesn't work, there's no one there to trade, and they gave up their man advantage right there because of that. They went from a 3-on-2 to a 2-on-2. And then, you have a guy just trying to peek long B by himself. He gets caught as well. And it's just kind of not putting themselves in tradable positions. But G2 trying to fight back in this round. They do eventually muscle their way through the drop-down zone and get themselves into a 3 versus 3 situation here. Once again, a very close round call, but cannot catch Bialy. They had some free shots on the side of his head, but Bialy reacts, gets a headshot of his own. And then Snax finds the nade onto Innocent, leaving Mazzino all alone here. Oh, that was awkward.
Just runs over him with his AK. Yeah, and has the opportunity to rotate here when they thought B would be the site they'll be locked in. But, Neo just crouching right under the bullets. And, man, they're just getting outclassed in these 2v2, 3v3 situations. It's not entries that are the problem for Gamers2. It's the mid to late round where Virtus.pro are just...
If anything, they've done quite well to counter some of VP's aggression in the drop-down room.
Yeah.
Quite a few times in this half. But, it seems like somehow something just falls apart at the very end of the round, and they somehow give up their advantage. Like, they'll have like a 4-on-2 or something, all of a sudden it's a 2-on-2, or they'll have a 5-on-4, all of a sudden it's a 3v3. So, they're just unable to hold on to their man advantage here. And I think it's just because they play so spread out, in positions where they can't trade.
Yeah, it can be it.
Especially in some of the post plants we've seen. Then again, I'm not really a Cobble expert or anything. I hardly ever see it played or cast it, so it's kind of hard to read it too well here. That was crazy.
Seen an opportunity and go for it.
Yep, pulling a Snax right there. As the bomb is still down, it will be recollected here, and it looks like Gamers2 are starting to shift over towards the B side now after that pick.
Oh, getting 3 kills on the round already. Mihu opening up the site by himself and is in a great position to get a 4th. I mean, Taz, actually goes down to Innocent. So there's a round on the board all of a sudden off the back of Mihu. Just sitting right in front of Pasha, tapping through the smoke. And as soon as he threw a nade, acted on that opportunity and ran right through it. It's good.
Really good timing there, like you said, kind of catching a player exposed with the nade out, and that was a really important round for Gamers2. I mean, VP has been able to win the last 4 rounds in a row, and they were 1 round away from map point. So getting a round win here was like critical for Gamers2. I mean, if they wouldn't have gotten this, like I said, they would have had to face like 5 map points just to get an overtime.
And that was actually 4 rifle rounds in a row. Like they were able to muscle their way through 4 rifle rounds in a row, and this was going to be their 4th or 5th and final, like.
And no gun save from VP either, and their economy is not that great. So another big deal for that round too is forcing VP into a really, really tough economical situation, which just bodes well for Gamers2 to start closing the gap on the scoreboard before VP can get a map point.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I feel like this is really close. I feel like if Gamers2 were on the CT side, I'd be more confident that they have kind of a safer chance to win, like 60-40. Whereas right now, I feel like it's going to be a tough comeback, even if they are able to win this round for free, and maybe the next rifle, it's going to be difficult because once again we haven't seen them really shine in those 3v3 or even like 4v5 situations.
Yeah, that's the thing. Their executions have been on point, getting into B, but like I said, they just seem to have trouble holding on to these post plants. It's really been kind of their kryptonite this game, as Mihu able to once again come up big with some entries over there towards the drop, but of course a save round here for VP, so kind of a soften a defense, like we said. So softened like soft serve ice cream, just kind of easy to work your spoon through.
Let's try keeping PG.
Whoa. I was keeping PG. I was talking about ice cream. Like, how did you...
MLPG.
How did you
no scope.
Turn that into something naughty? I don't understand.
I'm leaving.
If you wouldn't have made a weird noise whenever I was talking about ice cream, everything would have been fine. That's all your fault. You did that alone.
No, that's not even the noise I made.
Yeah, it was. You were like, It
was like more of like a Sherlock Holmes, like, that's questionable.
I didn't hear any type of H sound to that at all. There's none.
Yeah, that's because of your mind.
Okay. Or your crappy microphone. Or your mouth placement microphone. Anyway, we are going to see Gamers2 shift their attention back over to the A side this time around, as they've had some success getting some picks into this dungeon area and getting players low down in mid, but not this time. Neo able to come out there and get 2 frags before going down and keeping his team now in a 4-on-3 in the mid round. And so Innocent kind of lurking over here towards B. It's something that Happy likes to do on this map on Envious, trying to like late come through drop down and cut off rotations. So I don't know if that's his goal here or if the bomb will actually just eventually shift its way back through mid to B, which seems to be option B taking place right now.
Oh, Manice is going to get caught. Whoa.
Oh, baby.
Oh, my. Oh.
You hate to see it, but then you don't. Because it's funny.
Absolutely. So will they be aware of the woodshed here? As there's a player left alive.
It won't even matter, it seems like. I mean, they're just falling apart across the map there. I mean, the biggest thing was we have seen it at some times Gamers2 be successful working that mid and getting those players playing that crossfire down up close. But that time, Neo was able to pop off a couple of frags and, keep his team in the advantage pretty much the whole way through. So
yeah. Yeah, so Virtus.pro almost about to win this game in a parallel universe. Gamers2 already won this game. But, and that's just, taking into account how many close rounds there were. But at the same time, Virtus.pro have shown very good composure and have made it look like in those 3v3s they are kind of unbeatable. And it might be their experience shining through in this country-to-country matchup. But further than that, I think the other thing that we can credit Virtus.pro for is these perfect setups. They always know, it seems, what site is going to be picked, and right now it'll be B, and that's where Virtus.pro have 4 players alive, so we won't need to rotate anyone off in response to all of these smokes and flashes that are going off.
Yeah, I mean, like, VP's in perfect position to counter what's going on, but Mazzino will get the pick on the Neo inside the drop-down room, but Taz playing up top here. We see him play that spot sometimes, just kind of boots it up on top by that tree, and he's able to get a frag off of it here. Meanwhile, like I said, everyone is here at the moment, so this is going to be very, very difficult for G2 to get through. Some equal trading going on, but unfortunately, since G2 is already a man down, it winds up being a 1v2 here for Mihu with the bomb.
Yeah, I'm going to say this is the man that I'd want to have in a 1v2, and I think a little bit too quickly, assuming that a player had pushed through. Gamers2 loses map, but man, so close.